All right, I wasn't gonna do it. I'm doing it live. We're doing it live. I am giddy about this article. Giddy isn't the word. Giddy isn't the word. I love getting articles like this. I watched Bottom for the first time and found it a bit offensive. Oh, did you now? Hello, everyone. We are in the middle of the live stream still. I was going to do this one and get a bunch of clips for it, but no, screw it. We're doing it live. I am Mecha Random 42. Still, the one, the only, the original. Your favorite YouTube heartbeat. What is Bottom? Brat Bond says, what's Bottom? It is one of the better British TV shows. Oh, if you liked The Young Ones, if you liked, any slaps, if you like the Three Stooges, if you like slapstick, if you want a slapstick Three Stooges offensive version of, how do I describe it? You watched it and you got offended. Gee, a character called Eddie Hitler is offensive. Is it now? I wanted to rail on this article so bad. I love Bottom. I like it more than The Young Ones, I think. And Lucy scolding here, according to My London, I believe it's just an opinion piece. Watching it in 2020 is quite hard. Oh, is it now? Guess what, Lucy? It wasn't made for you. Oh, no, sweetheart. It wasn't made for you. This is for people of a certain time and a certain age and a certain intellect where they didn't get offended by every little goddamn thing, or they're like, oh my god, his name's Eddie Hitler. That's kind of offensive and funny. That is the point. That is the point. It's supposed to be offensive. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be gross and weird, and you're not supposed to root for these two. You're supposed to laugh at the ridiculousness of it. You're supposed to be able to take yourself outside of it. I love the live stage shows, Nathan Norman. Thanks for the shout out, and I love the Three Stooges. I'll give it a shot. It's offensive. I will tell you this. It is offensive if, you get offended by... I got about a minute of the first episode of Bottom, and I already found it offensive. Read the back of the box, you dumb twat. If you did that, you might, know not to watch something like that. The name is Bottom. For fuck's sake, it's a play on, okay, they're kind of the rock bottom, they're poor, trashy guys, they're kind of the British equivalent of white trash, or trailer trash in America. They're kind of the equivalent of that. They're the low dregs of society, but they think they're not, and it's supposed to, I gotta get the back of the box. I'll be right back. We'll watch, Nerds for a second.
The answer is no.
Bunch of nerds. Bunch of nerds. Bottom. Not another half-arsed box set. Right there, on the thing. Right here. Where does it say? If you read the back of it, you would probably know. Rick Mayall and Adrian Edmondson were creators and stars of the 80s cult smash The Young Ones. In this follow-up series, they bring you 3 seasons of hilarious anarchy. It says it right there on the back of the freaking box, you dumb Lucy. Read the back. Of course it's going to be offensive. 2 obnoxious loners lurching after love. Oh, it says more. Bringing you 3 seasons of hilarious anarchy with Richie Richard and Eddie Hitler. 2 obnoxious loners lurching after love, money, and friendship, and they're succeeding at failure every time. As they pursue their doomed quest, they experiment with pheromones, join a dating service, and go trick-or-treating with a cattle prod. It's supposed to be over the top and offensive. Dr. Don Unlimited. Kudos for calling Lucy a twat. Oh, I'd call her a cunt too if she'd let me. Lucy scolding. I don't know who Lucy scolding is, but don't be offended by this, Lucy, sweetie. Seriously, Lucy, I gotta resize this because you didn't use your typeface right. Before I got to launch into my personal reflection on it, though, it's important to make a few points about when Bottom was written and the purpose behind it. Well, maybe don't get so damn offended unless you're trying to be like, hey, triggered people, we got something to hate watch and to cause, people of Gen X to pick on us and call us all a bunch of names. Right? That's what it feels like to me. Bottom is a grim, slapstick comedy about two flatmates in West London, written in the early 90s by Rick Mayall and Ade Edmondson, who was the only good part of Last Jedi, besides Porgs. Oh yeah.
Fuck 'em up. I'm sending a squad.
Fuck you, Admiral Hubris. I said it. I like the Porgs. The whole point of Bottom is overly rude and disgusting. You're meant to dislike both of the characters. They're isolated oddballs that don't even really like each other. Yes! Yes! Yes, that is the point. You're supposed to be... It is meant to be offensive, and if some little snowflakes can't take it, then I don't know what to do. Sharing a dirty flat in Hammersmith, West London, Richie Richard and Eddie Hitler are social outcasts with no job and an obsession with girls. They're basically grown-up Beavis and fucking Butthead!
Damn, we're smooth.
And that's why it's good! That is why it's good! Bottom is a build of a guilty pleasure with its comic violence and dirty jokes. Yes! Yes! That's why I have this on DVD and not the youngest, because I prefer this one. It's funnier. It's a little fun. No, I like the young ones, don't get me wrong. I had it on VHS. I just never went and rebought it, because that's one thing I just never had money for, was just to rebuy stuff. I do have a P.O. box, but seriously, Bottom is so good. We gotta do a Bottom watch party sometime. It's really good. But watching it in 2020 is quite hard. I'm not saying other people can't find it funny, each to their own, but there were just a few lines that went a bit far for me. Oh, really? The name of the main character didn't do it for you, sweetie? Toots, twat waffle, whatever I'm gonna call you, snowflake, cupcake, whatever other. It's supposed to be that. With a lot more focus on inclusivity and diversity in the current age, I found some of the lines homophobic. You could go as far as say it's sexist. Bite my sexism, sweetheart, and say hello to the jiggle cam. Oh yeah, where's my jiggle cam? Say hello to the jiggle cam. Is it working? Is it working right now? Oh, it's working. Say hello to the jiggle cam. Scott Gentry, $24.99 super chat. Thank you so much. And since we went to 100 bras off, guess who's back? Offensive Media, sign me up. And welcome back, Scott Gentry. Welcome back. Also, $5 super chat. Dr. 14 Blu-ray reviews. The Simpsons is the first woke programming on TV because of Lisa Simpson, and she was a twat waffle because of it. Between her and Daria, yeah, even though Lisa was a lot more likable. Thank you so much, Dr. 14 Blu-ray reviews. £5 super chat. I do appreciate it. Even though you troll me, I do appreciate it. But the joke was that Eddie and Richie can't get birds, as they call them, so it wasn't quite so offensive. Oh, I just say they can't get pussy and be done with it. But hey, particularly problematic was the line, "Come back to my place and I'll cure you," which Richie says to a woman after finding out she's an L. Oh, she's an alphabet. James Gardapi, are you familiar with Bad News? It's a series of skits from the show Comic Strip. I've seen Comic Strip. I did like what I've seen of Comic Strip. With Ade Edmondson, Mayall, and Nigel Planner. Yeah, and who else was in that? Like Lenny Henry was in that. Dawn French. Mrs. Eddie Hitler. Adina. She played Adina. Jennifer Saunders. I can't think of her freaking name. Can't think of her name. This is my brain. This is my brain on SJWs. Any questions? So he's gonna cure an L. Since it was once believed that people could be cured. No, it's not. It's just a dumb line. He didn't think that they could. Oh, stop being so goddamn offended. Yes, it's in poor taste. That's the point. That is the point. I am a B in the alphabet. I am bi. And I don't have any problem with this because I am strong enough in my own personal beliefs and sexual orientation to not be offended by every stupid thing somebody says in a piece of entertainment until it insults my intelligence, like Star Trek effing Picard.
Shut the fuck up.
Then I don't get offended by it. Outside of this, there were some funny moments in the first episode that I watched. Wow, Lottie freaking da! You were entertained by something actually good for a change. Gee, even the SJW snowflakes, who are triggered by everything, can enjoy Bottom. Oh god, this is a good show. Watch Bottom. That's the picture here. Oh, I love it, love it. The part where Eddie comes back to the flat drunk made me smile. What on earth are you eating? Richie asks him. Lard, came the response. It's disgusting, but it made me chuckle. That's not even one of the funny lines in there. Also, the scene where men spray pheromones over themselves to try and attract women, then they go out to the pub was amusing, especially when Richie tries to waft his scent over various women and fails miserably. That's the point. It's an exaggeration of kind of losers. Mostly Bottom is very slapstick and overly grimy. If that's what you like in comedy, then you'd love it. There's a bit where one guy pours pints of oil right over his fry-up. It's sickening. And one moment where Eddie is sick all over another guy. Again, ew. Yeah, it's live-action Beavis and Butthead. That's all it is. There's actually lots of humor about the body. Like the bit where Richie is drawing curly hairs on his chest. That was very odd. For all the parts I didn't personally like, I can see how this would appeal to some senses of humor. It's crash and all about bodies and sex. Hence, the jiggle cam. Lucy, bite my sexuality, sweetie. But back in the day, there were other comedy shows of similar style and people loved them. So all in all, I think it's definitely of its time. I'm not saying you wouldn't enjoy it if you like certain senses of humor. I think a lot of people now who feel it as old-fashioned. Luckily, it hasn't stopped me appreciating Rick Mayall's incredible career. Give me the young ones and Blackadder any day. Oh, you'll find Blackadder and the young ones quite problematic, Lucy. I admit it, you will. Because they're good. And they're from a time when we didn't care about all this bullshit and horse shit and nonsense about what's offensive to anybody. I'm seeing all these Sainsbury's ads for like eggs and stuff. I know it's an opinion piece and I'm here to disagree with her opinion in probably, hopefully an entertaining way. But seriously, these little Brees and Karens and shit running around telling us to drop our tacos.
Drop the taco. Get in the car.
Going around being offended by everything really need to sit down and
Shut the fuck up.
I agree, Admiral fucking Hubris. They need to do that. What do you guys think? This stream should have been called Tacos and Bottoms. Absolutely. I love Blackadder. Ron Atkinson at his finest. Did we hit the 100? Oh yeah, the bra's been off for a while. Bra's been off. This is just straps to keep the shirt on from falling off. So she hasn't seen the young ones yet. Oh, she says she did. She says she did. She's going to find that one quite problematic once she gets around to it. Don't you love it when Vivian comes in and he's like smashing shit? Bored, smash, bored. That has been me this entire quarantine. Mel Brooks is right about PC as killing comedy. It is. And this is why I love people like Dave Chappelle and all the really good, logical people. Like Ricky Gervais. He's out there just having a laugh, doing what he can. Chappelle's taking the piss. All of these good comedians, and I'm using it in the British, so for all my American viewers, taking the piss just means poking fun at, right? It doesn't mean like peeing or anything. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Don't give me the Star Trek crap. It's too early in the morning.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I've been talking Star Trek all day, so my brain is just... Bottom is sexist to women. Fuck off if anything. Bottom is more sexist towards men. DVD and Film Bloke says. Yeah, I think so. It does portray men as being a couple of immature, bumbling buffoons. I mean, seriously, you think the SJWs would love it because it portrays two white men in the most unflattering light ever. Hey, SJWs, look at it like that. It portrays two white dudes as problematic, just like your narrative says. You should love this, and you should love everything about this. I highly recommend Bottom. Absolutely love it. You guys always want me to talk about things I like. I love this show. I do. I love a lot of the British shows, especially the more ridiculous ones, especially like your Red Dwarfs and your even Men Behaving Badly. I have a real soft spot for that one. You can even see that one on my shelf back there at Mighty Boosh. Love the problematic and weird and funny and different. Did I watch the IT Crowd, Sierra Dusty? I did. I liked it. I like Matt Berry quite a lot. I love Rich Fulcher, even though he's American. He might as well be a Brit. He's, one of my favorite people. Vaulty Towers, got that one. Love that one. Absolutely. Ricky Gervais took the absolute piss from the golden shower globes, Transcendent Cthulhu says. Yes. To me, The Bottom is the best British sitcom ever made, DVD and Film Bloke says. Alex Oakley, I love the IT crowd. See, a lot of people call it the IT crowd. I always called it the IT crowd because they were in the IT industry, information technology. That's even a joke in the show. They ask the girl who comes in to be their manager, what does IT mean? She doesn't know. She doesn't know it's information technology because she's not qualified for the job, and she's around a couple of people. Okay, first off, the main Irish guy, Chris O'Dowd in that show, he went off and he fucked off to America to become a big movie star. The other guy in the show, I want him to be the doctor on Doctor Who. Richard Ayoade. Love him. See, now we're off on the IT crowd tangent. But yeah, so I am going to end my little video clip and go back to my live stream. Don't you guys go anywhere.